Hello everybody, Siraz here, and welcome to another cast. Today we are going to be watching a game between Mouse Strelok and MoMan. This is going to be a ZVT, and apparently they want to restart or something because one of the casters did get kicked out, but looks like Strelok's okay with that. I believe this was part of probably one of the European tournaments, probably like the one of the ESL games, or maybe Go for SC2, or that's not what I meant to say, Craft Cup, something like that. I actually did not look up where this replay was from, but it was rated really well, so I'm excited to take a look at it and see how the ZVT does play out. They are in opposite positions on Shakur's plateau, so that is probably Zerg favored in these positions, but it should lead to a very, very good game between these two players. And I need to go. Bam! I am busy apparently. But a little bit about these guys. MoMan was actually, I believe, Huck's teammate before he joined Team Liquid. I think he's part of a team, Team Millennium, I think is his name. I don't know if he is still part of that team, but definitely, I think he was, back in the beta or whatever when Huck was not part of Team Liquid. So that's a little bit about MoMan. Don't know too much about him other than that. I watched him play a little bit on stream or whatever. And then down here we have Strelok, part of Team Mouse. So, should be a very good game between these two players. Looks like we do have an early hatch. It's pretty much standard in this matchup. I mean, you don't see Zerg trying to do anything else. You sometimes see speedlings. Certain players like speedlings first, but not very common, especially with the 2 racks rush that we like to see, or that Terran players have been liking to do recently. It's a little dangerous to go pool first, as it's a lot harder to hold your expansion if you go pool first, because, well, the main reason is if you go your expansion first, you just have a lot more larva to build lings to get out the number of lings you need to defend against that, and also you have the creep at your natural to put down that spine crawler, and it'll be done a lot quicker. So can be kind of frustrating to go pool for, like a pool first build into like a 16 hatch. It just doesn't work. So very, very solid opening by MoMan here. But we are not going to see any sort of 2 racks rush. We did have a very early gas and a very early tech lab. Looks like we're going to see very early stim pack. So that leads me to believe that we are going to see like an early stim pack timing push. Kind of surprised we haven't seen another barracks yet. Oh, are we going to see an expansion? Interesting. So Strelok, what he's going to do here is get that expansion up, and I still kind of expect him to push out with, or as soon as stim finishes. I think that's a great timing, even if he did choose to expand. So we'll have to see if he does do that. And then the question is, where is he going to go from here? Is he going to get more of a biocentric force, throw down a few more barracks, just kind of play it safe, go the bio route, or is he going to choose to tech up to tanks, or possibly even some sort of air unit? I mean, all of those are viable choices for the Terran, so you can't really go wrong. Terran has so much, so many choices, but looks like we are going to see just a small little stim timing poke, put some pressure out on the Zerg, and this is good. What this does really is just force the Zerg to commit more to defense than he would have wanted to, but it's not going to do much. I mean, we have this spine crawler, and spine crawlers are great against Marines, and yeah, so basically as soon as Strelok saw that, he just decided to retreat, and did not want to tango with a spine crawler. They have 2 armor, and they 2-shot Marines, so it's just never a good fight. Doing a good job though, getting control of the watchtowers, killing what he can. Definitely excellent there. And what do we see going on for MoMan here? So he finally going lair right there, as you guys are watching, and he is going to go for the Baneling nest. This has become a lot more common. You get this Baneling nest to deter any sort of mass marine play, early mass marine, sort of pushes. Works really well. I mean, you get it's just kind of like a safety net. You don't even have to build any Banelings right now, but just to know that you can build some if you need them to defend, and so you will be safe. Strelok, in the meantime, just going to go for, looks like the bio route. Yeah, up to 4 Raxes. Whoa, tons of Marines here. So he's going to go Mass Marine. Starting to get some Engineering Bay upgrades as well. And the Combat Shield, so we're probably going to see another sort of attack. I don't know if he'll time it for the Combat Shields. He might wait for +1 attack upgrade or something, but I assume we will see another mass bio attack. But I think MoMan should be able to defend against it. He has the Baneling Nest up. He's probably going to get Centrifugal Hooks very soon. Oh no, opting for the Spire before Hooks. This could be a little risky. You do see this occasionally costing players the game. If Strelok decides to move out before the Centrifugal Hooks are done, it can be kind of hard to effectively deal with this Mass Marine with just Banelings, as they are just really slow. But there we go, Centrifugal Hooks on the way. But Strelok going to push out here, and MoMan could be in a little bit of trouble. Going to have to rally a good defense here to defend against this. He has those Banelings that he will be able to, okay, so he's building tons of Banelings here, and that will definitely help. It's really going to come down to Strelok's control. Will he be able to micro his Marines effectively to defend against this, or will his Marines die to Banelings? That's going to be the question here. He does have the advantage of no speed, but he is on creep, so that definitely helps MoMan there. And tons of Banelings coming up. MoMan just wanting to defend this choke. Very good choice. And Strelok not wanting to attack up here, because what you can do is kind of put some Banelings here, and you can hit them like when they're just coming up the ramp, and it's sometimes very hard to stop. But Strelok doing something very excellent as well, checking for any sort of expansion. So both players just really playing it safe. Strelok and MoMan really playing intelligently here. I really like this play. So let's see, how are we looking? Oh, that's not what I wanted to hit. Buttons. Yay, I'm good at them. I just want to see the income. Interestingly enough, Strelok is ahead, so this is very good. Even though he hasn't really attacked much, what he's been doing has really been, well, hurting the economy of MoMan. Oh, but this could be terrible. Splitting his forces, he could get picked up by Speedlings, but MoMan just did not wanting to push out any longer, and will just go back to base. But yeah, what he's been doing here is he's been pressuring MoMan and forcing him to build more units than he'd really want to. Even though he hasn't ever committed to an attack, I mean, this is just forcing MoMan to spend a lot of his money on well, Lings and Banelings and not drones, so, and continue to scout with his SCV. This is very nice, but MoMan stopping all scouting. We're not going to give up any interesting information to that SCV. And now he is transitioning to mutas. And once those mutas come out, it's going to be kind of hard for MoMan to put out any, or Strelok, excuse me, to put out any sort of aggression. And we do see an attack going down here, stimming up. I think this is enough Lings here to really just kill this force. Yeah, and I think MoMan's just going to go for it. There we go. Lings from behind. Banelings in the front. No Marine control there. And that army just got decimated. Oh, MoMan putting on the hurt right there. So looking at the unit loss tab, still relatively equal though. Marines were a little spread out, but not all that much. At the same time, we are going to see some sort of drop action going on, but the mutas! Oh no! So these mutas are going to run right into these drop ships, and game over. Game over. This really sucks for Strelok. Oh, that is just painful. I mean, did you see how many Marines went down in that first medvac? That is just painful to witness. But these rocks are down, and we're probably going to see some Lings and Banelings come around this way to really stop these Marines and take them out. Oh, nope, just Lings and mutas together should be enough. I'm trying to do some nice kiting there with the Marines, but not really going to save them. I mean, that is a lot of Lings and mutas there. So checking out the unit loss tab now, definitely in MoMan's favor. I mean, MoMan just getting very lucky with his muta positioning there. I mean, managing to get basically a free medvac full of Marines. At the same time, Strelok positioning over here with some Marines in a medvac. Just wanting to make sure there's no expansions going on. He's probably going to suspect one at this position, though. Oh, and bringing even more medvacs to probably take care of it. I mean, as long as he can keep the expansion count, or the base count, pretty equal, he should be in a great position here. Even though he did lose some stuff here, I mean, as long as you can stay equal base to a Zerg, it's pretty beneficial for a Terran. And we are going to see a drop here. I don't think MoMan really has much in position to deal with it. Probably will do quite a bit of damage. And at the same time, taking out that expansion. So drops on both sides. MoMan not reacting very quickly. Losing a lot of workers down here. Looks like he did lose some of his Marines here. I mean, that is a lot of mutas. So they are going to clean up that force up here. But at the same time, losing so many workers. Strelok in a great position, even though he lost a lot of his army. And I think that really benefited Strelok, picking up and just going to put his army back down, maybe hoping to get a muta or two before his units go down. But basically, as soon as those Marines are getting dropped, they're getting damaged very quickly. Oh, and as soon as these mutas catch up, just going to take out this medvac. MoMan desperately trying to get a third. He knows he needs one, choosing to go to this position instead. But Strelok continuing to just build up a very sizable force. Yeah, definitely that attack helped him a ton. Definitely evened out the unit loss tab. Also, if you look at the worker tab, 45 to 51. So MoMan down in the workers. Thing you have to remember though, Strelok really hasn't done too much. Really hasn't done too... What am I trying to say here? Oh, well, first we're going to watch these Marines getting taken out by that medvac. And before I so rudely lost my thought, what I was going to say was Strelok has not built a lot of workers in a long time, but looks like he's gearing up to take a third, getting a muta or two there. Definitely helps. Yeah, so this third is going to get up, and it's going to be in a good position for... I mean, Strelok in a good position to defend. He does not want to lose these tanks, though. This could be very bad, as his Marines are out of position, and yes, he is going to lose these tanks, and this could really be bad. Oh, Strelok getting caught out of position, and doing some nice control, though, with his Marines. Definitely that helped, but at the same time, you have to realize he did take out an expansion of MoMan, and now he's going to go for this second expansion as well. But at the same time, Strelok's base is in a little bit of trouble. He has 5 mutas that he really can't deal with, plus a bunch of Lings coming in, so this is going to be hard for him to defend against. Mutas moving out, Lings just continuing to stay there. And what is going on at this expansion? Once again, forcing a bunch of workers to retreat. MoMan a little bit faster this time, not losing 10 workers to these Marines. And now, what is he going to do? He sees all these mutas coming, going to try and take out as many as he can. Looks like he actually got quite a bit there. Looks like he got 3 or 4. So that is probably... I mean, that was probably cost efficient, really. In the unit loss tab, mutas are not cheap. They do cost 100. And he did get this base up, so this is looking pretty good for Strelok. Also taking a 4th. Are these rocks down? This 4th is a little risky. Mutas could take care of this very quickly here. I think that's kind of why Strelok's building workers. He's going to start to build some missile turrets here to defend against mutas. I don't know why. He really needs to take out these rocks to be able to adequately defend this base. If Strelok does scout it, that is the thing. Or MoMan does scout it, that is the thing. MoMan has not seen this base yet, so... MoMan, in the meantime, up to 63 workers. Definitely ahead in the economy. Strelok hasn't built any workers in a while, but he does have mules, so that's why his number is a bit higher. And MoMan just continuing to expand, going to try and get a 4th as well. Strelok doing a great job, though, of really limiting the bases of MoMan, and this is making it very hard for him to really gain the economic edge that he needs to push over Strelok. I mean, he can defend pretty well, but he can't really fight a straight-up battle at this point. MoMan gonna lose a poor overlord here. Poor guy getting taken out, but now we do have all these mutas coming over here. They should be able to take out these Marines without too much issue. Actually, those Marines doing pretty well. MoMan focus. Ooh, MoMan actually deciding not worth it to lose those mutas there. His muta count's probably getting pretty low. Checking out the unit counting tab. MoMan at 8 mutalisk and 6 zerglings. So kind of taking a risk here. And if he continues to kind of delay Strelok as best he can, it will definitely pay off, as he does have quite the worker lead here. But in the meantime, the forces of Strelok, much larger. I mean, looking at the army tab, 160 to 122. So really, Strelok could almost attack move at this point and probably win. But okay, finally there, MoMan getting a bunch of reinforcements. That'll definitely help him in any sort of defense he wants to try and muster against any sort of attack from Strelok. And Strelok is going to move out. MoMan, will he be able to defend? This is going to be a hard battle. He's going to get some, more Marines down here. So, I don't know. This is kind of tough for him. He kind of wants to keep his mutas here to defend against this, and Lings here to defend against this, but the forces of Strelok are knocking on his doorstep. And it's going to be very hard for him to really defend, especially if these tanks get sieged in this position. Oh, Strelok. MoMan really going to have to make something happen here, as Strelok in a great position. So what is MoMan going to do? Is he going to try and go for a counterattack? He did take out these forces up here, so that will definitely help. But is he going to go for a counterattack, or is he just going to try and defend this? I don't know. It's really hard to defend against these tanks in this position. Looks like he's just going to go for it. I don't think this is going to work out all that well. Yeah, just moving in, and wow, look how fast that Zerg force did get decimated. Strelok just really brute forcing this match. Well, I don't know if really brute forcing this match. You know, I said brute forcing, but that's really not what caused him to win this, and it's almost kind of, I guess, almost insulting to how well Strelok played here. He really used great drop control and drop timing and stuff like that to really just limit the number of bases of MoMan, and it really allowed him to just slowly gain the economic edge and gain the army edge that he needs to get that sizable force that Terran really needs to push out. And he just kind of got to the doorstep of MoMan. MoMan was not really paying attention, did not have map control, did not have the watchtowers, did not see this moving out, and really just crushed the army of MoMan, who probably, I mean, in that position, he really should have just waited. He was behind, definitely. I mean, he was definitely behind at that point, mainly due to the fact that, if you look, he's pretty much mined out here. And he had to keep these workers mining to use his economic advantage. But, at the same time, wow, another drop over here. Did not see that. I mean, that definitely put him out of the game. Strelok just doing a great job with his drops. And that really won him the game. I mean, he was behind, definitely, when those mutas caught his first drop unaware. But after that, he slowly just kind of, I don't know, pushed his lead and just gained enough of an advantage. Had a great move out time and won. So, hope you guys did enjoy that game. I tried to ramble a little bit at the end so you didn't know exactly when it would end. And yeah, with that, I'll see y'all later.